Hey everybody, and welcome to this video. So my name is Dan, and if you're watching, welcome. If it's your first time, then I'm so glad that you're here. This is your 1000th billionth time watching one of my videos, then welcome again. So you might be wondering, what the heck are you wearing, Dan? Well, obviously it's been Black Friday, and I thought I'd go into Shein and buy some hoodies. And I saw this and I was like, why not? So I now look like a multicolored Teletubby, but do I care? Not really. It's all fun and games. So obviously we've come into the Christmas period, where for a lot of churches is a really busy period with a lot of things going on. But I first want to quickly just talk about Christmas and kind of, you know, what Christmas really is about for Christians. So for me, I'm going to be totally honest here. I absolutely hate the Christmas period. It's so busy. Everybody's like Christmas, 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 and it's all just a bit too much. And I think the reason why I hate Christmas is because of what Christmas now is. And for me, what I see Christmas is it's a time for presents and celebration and Santa Claus and reindeers and this whole hyped thing. And we forget about the real meaning. What is Jesus? Jesus came for us at Christmas. And I think for me, what I have to remember is actually Christmas is an amazing time of the year. That Christmas is a time where we can remember what God did for us so many years ago, that he came to the earth as a baby called Jesus for us so that we can have relationship with him. And I think if you're watching this now and you're not a Christian, then maybe this year, find a church, go to somewhere that's doing a Christmas production or some kind of Christmas related thing, and go and see what God wants to say to you this year. And that's what I want to open up with. And now I'm going to get on with the update video. So first off, what have I been up to in the past month? Well, first off, I want to talk about Food Bank. Last month's, I obviously spoke a whole thing about Food Bank and why I believe Food Bank is so important for us to do as Christians. But what's been happening, oh my gosh, on a Monday, it's one of the busiest days. Today, I'm filming this on a Monday, and I think we served, about 50-something people. And I just think that is so amazing that we can be there to be able to bless these families with food to support them through the situation, the period of life that they're going through, and be able to step in that and support them. And Food Bank flipping heck has been so hectic over every Monday that I've been doing it, but it's such a pleasure to be able to do that. What else have I been doing this month? Well, the Christmas fair. So the Christmas fair was a couple weeks ago now from when I'm filming this. And the Christmas fair is basically a place where we can open up our church to be able to welcome in local businesses, welcome in the community to our space and our auditorium, and be able to bring people in and just show them this is what church is, and it's all about family, and try and break some of them stereotypes a lot of people have about churches. And the Christmas fair for me was so amazing. One of the comments I heard this family say, a woman from the family, she went something on the lines of that this is not what I thought church was. And to me, that was like, okay, this is what we're doing. This is a reason why we open the church for communities where we can be there and welcome people in. And you know, we're not saying we're a church, this is God, blah, blah, blah. We're not, but we're there showing Jesus through how we act. And also there was the light switch on. There was loads of stuff going on in the town of Helzowen. There was a couple of people from the band at church that went down and they played, and they did an amazing job. I saw a video from that. But able to do that as well within the community to show that, you know, that look, this is, you know, this is who we are, this is what we do, this is what we believe, I think is such an important thing and powerful as well. So the Christmas fair was honestly a highlight, I think, for me. So some of the other things I want to talk about is a little bit what my week looks like. So for me, obviously, I'm very production based with what I'm doing within the church, and 3 slots within the week I do production. And this has been such an amazing time for me, where I've just had that space to be able to learn new things. And yes, I've learned new things. I'll be talking about one thing that I've learned over this month. But one thing that I've always wanted to learn is about, you know, how to make cables, how to fix cables. And I was making some Ethernet cables. I think they were Cat 6 or Cat 5, I can't remember. And Gareth, who is production lead at LifeCentral Church, was very, very patient with me and helped me to know how to do it and showed me how to do it, and it really helped. And just afterwards, I was like, I've got this now. Flipping heck, I was struggling. I was like ready to drop the mic, leg it, say I'm out, because it was annoying me that I couldn't just do it. But you know, like them things are, I think, a really good stepping stones for what I believe God is calling me into, what is production. To be able to learn them things, to be able to do them things, I think is a real like fundamental part of what you do in that role. So that's been really, really great. Let me talk about Cruise. Cruise, if you've watched the other ones, you'll know what Cruise is. But very quickly, if you haven't, I'll explain. So Cruise is basically what we do with our young people. It's what we call our youth night on a Wednesday. And basically the young people come, we have a little bit of time at Tuck Shop and chill, and there's some games, there's pool and stuff where people can just chat. And then we'll open up to do like basically a mini 5 to 10 minute talk. And then we'll split off into groups, what we call crews, in our year groups of schools. And then we kind of talk about what the talk was about and talk a little bit more into that, and kind of had a conversation in a group and share our opinions and our thoughts on what's just been said. And then we'll kind of go and do like fun stuff. So obviously now we're going into the Christmas period. We've been doing like Christmas zone, Lego zone, sports, fitness zone. I forgot what the others are called, but there's loads of other zones. And yeah, so Cruise is just such a good time to be able to do that. Obviously, if you know me, you'll know my passion is youth work and being able to see God move within young people's lives. And it's so good to do that, and it's so good to see some of the young people that I've been working with a little bit, and seeing just over the past couple of weeks, just a change within their lives and who they are, and just seeing them grow. I think is so amazing. And one thing that I was able to do this month was Cruise Live. So Cruise Live is basically everything I've just spoken about, a little bit dialed down, but with worship and a bit more of an extended talk and a time to be able to pray for the young people. And I was on front of house for this. So I've got a video of Harvey talking, and then I've got a little bit of audio from it. Obviously I didn't want to film it because there's young people there. So here you go.
So hard for. He starts to flip upside down. He does the complete opposite.
amazing. It was such a pleasure to be able to do Sound for Cruise Live, to be able to do that, to be able so that the young people are able to worship and also be able to hear what the talk is about. Let me talk about a conference that I was at this month. Well, last month, but you know what I mean. So I was at the Elam Sound Conference in Birmingham. Gosh, it was an amazing time. It was such a good time on the first day, on the Friday, on the evening. It was 4 hours of worship, just constant worship, bands changing, some kind of prayer, ministry stuff in between. And oh my gosh, it was such a good time of connecting with God. And to be just, yeah, the room, you could just feel God moving, the Holy Spirit healing and doing some things in the room that was so powerful. And then on the Saturday, we had Leon, who's the pastor of LifeCentral, doing a talk. And oh my gosh, like I've heard him preach and speak and communicate loads of times, but what he did was just so powerful, and I've never heard like him speak like that before, and it was just a whole different thing, and it was so powerful. And then we had worship throughout the whole day and some seminars, and here's some videos from both days, well, evening and day of worship. Here you go. Like, I don't know if you could like feel what was happening in the room watching it. I don't know. But like, it was such an amazing time. But what else have I learned over this past month on production? So for me, I've done loads of handheld stuff with cameras. I've done loads of stuff with cameras over the past couple of years. But I think it was my first month here, when I was learning about how stuff was happening in the church, and like, oh, we do the kind of the close stuff with a gimbal. I was like, okay. And I had a go at it, and I was just like, I do not like this. This doesn't feel normal. This don't feel right. And this month I was on gimbal for a Sunday, and I don't know what it was. It just felt really comfortable. I was like, okay, this is so different. I had such an amazing time with that. And then I've also done gimbal for a wedding. So last year's host home, people who I lived with, Nick and Beck, and their oldest son, Nathan, recently got married, and I had the pleasure to be able to do gimbal for that, and that was such a good experience. And I'm also doing gimbal for something else that I'll talk about for next month, but we're already in it, but you get what I mean. But I'll be talking about it a little bit later on. But here is some videos from that Sunday when I was on gimbal.
all powers and positions, your name stands above them all, and the angels cry, oh.
Me demonstrate this for you. So I want you to imagine you're at work tomorrow, Monday, and that person comes into work, that colleague comes into work late again. It's been weeks of it. And they rock up and you're like, they're so disrespectful. They're not a good colleague, they're unreliable. But you forget that you forgot to send the email last week. And you turned up to a meeting unprepared because there's a plank in your eye. Or perhaps you're at home and you've got a family meal this week and you've got adult children and they're over and they're parenting your grandchildren in a different way and you give them some advice, say, oh, I think you should do this, don't do it that way. And they ignore you and you're thinking, oh, how dishonouring. They should be listening to us, we know how to parent. But you forget that before actually you parented and you made your own decisions and you figured out how you were going to do it and you've got a plank in your own eye. Or maybe if you're on social media and you post and you see another person post another gym selfie and you're like, they are just so full of themselves. Or there's another flat white like 3 in one day at the nice little coffee shop and you're like, what is wrong with them? But last week you were in Lanzarote on that sun lounger and you posted and you loved it when everybody liked your photos.
Yeah, the talk that Gareth led was such a good talk, but I love the analogy that he used with the plank. I loved how he did that, and also, yes, I felt like a plank standing there with my back to the audience, but doing that was such a great analogy of using that, and I just enjoyed doing it. What else have I been doing? Well, I've been doing lots this month. And I'm trying to cram it into a video that's not too long. But we've been getting ready for Jingle Jam and the Christmas production, what's called One World, One Christmas, I think. And gosh, there's been loads of stuff going on. We've been putting some new lights up. We've been putting all the cable in for that. And there's loads going on. What's been going on with that, getting prepared for that. So that's been really great. But yeah, talking about Jingle Jam is literally today, the day you are watching this video. And Jingle Jam is basically, if you think of Ant and Dec's Saturday Night's Takeaway meets church, then you're kind of there. But it's basically kids and family, church, kids and families like concert. There's a choir, there's a band, there's loads of talking kind of interactive bits for the kids and for the families. It's my first one, so I'm so excited, but it's a 3-day show. So what I want to ask is if you could pray for that you could pray that God will move through what we do, but also pray for everybody on team, because it's going to be an absolutely hectic day and people are going to be tired. So I pray that you pray for everybody that's on team, on production, worship, the kids that are helping out, the staff doing all the, the welcoming and coffees and teas and the toilets and the welcoming on the stage. Everybody that has some kind of part, I just pray that you pray for them and pray for, that we don't get drowned. So yeah, but also following on the Christmas production, that is next Sunday. And I can't wait for that. That's a 4-day show. And this is basically one of the biggest things that I think the church put on, where it's basically opens up and brings people in and be able to go like, this is really what Christmas is about, and be able to tell the Christmas story a little bit, I think. Don't quote me on that because I've never been. But I'm so excited to do that. I'm on handheld for that one, where I'm comfortable. But I pray again that you pray for everybody that's on team, because it's going to be a hectic, tiring day. But I'm so excited because it's where we can welcome the community in and show Jesus through what we do. And I think that's really it on the update thing. But I want to quickly follow on with what I spoke about at the start. If you're watching this video and you know someone, I spoke about this last time about invite, the power of invite. If you're doing some kind of Christmas production, performance, whatever you want to call it, at your church, or you're going to one, and you know someone that God has put on your heart, or maybe pray that God puts one on your heart, just invite them. If they say no, that's fine. But if they say yes, then that's even better. But I pray that you think about that this year, of who you can be inviting to something, because I think it's that point of at Christmas is when we can start to think about that real meaning of Christmas. What is Jesus overall, and what God did for us. And you know, for some people, Christmas is going to be really hard. Christmas is, you know, people have probably lost people coming up to Christmas. I know I have. And for a lot of people, it's going to be a struggle when you can't have that person where you can say Merry Christmas to. And that's hard. So I ask that you pray for them people as well in this season. And you know, this year, I really believe that, you know, is a year where the power of invite is really important. Because we know as Christians, if you're watching this and you're a Christian, we know how powerful Jesus' love is. And we know that being a Christian is about having a relationship. And for a lot of people, they don't have that. And I think this year, what can we do is by inviting. So that's what I want to leave you with. Thank you for watching this video. If you want to be part of my WhatsApp group, please give me a message. I'd really love you to be part of that. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the new year. Goodbye.